Nothing happening. I don't know, dudes. Something's going on. I've restarted it. Oh, there it is. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. I think I'm back. I don't know what happened. Dude, my computer crashed. I don't know. I shouldn't just have stepped away. That's my own fault, y'all. I apologize. I don't know what happened, dude. It says something about Google .exe, which is you know a script or whatever. It done failed on my computer. I have no idea. It was working fine when I left, and I sat back down. And I started talking. I looked on the screen, and I didn't see my ugly face. So something was going on. It's still loading, working now. I don't know. What was we talking? Oh, we was talking about auto parts store. Man, I didn't see your guys' comments. All right, auto parts stores. There's actually a Napa store close to me, dude. It's a big one. Like they got all kinds of stuff in there, but they are expensive, man. Napa is expensive, but they do got a lot more stuff. I feel like that, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and all. O'Reilly seems to be a little better. I don't like AutoZone at all. I feel like I go in there to AutoZone and they're always trying to upsell me something that I don't need. And what I really don't like about auto parts stores is that these people come in there, and I feel some people might deserve it. It might be bad about me, but but the women, or what, if women come in there and they don't know what's going on with their car or whatever, they go into the auto shop store and they're like, or AutoZone particularly, and they're like, my check engine light came on, and they'll go out there and they'll be like, okay, you got a P304 misfire on your engine. You need plugs and wires. And then they're selling them to them, dude. Like, bro, you don't know what they need, for one. So while you're trying to sell them, to me, that's stealing off somebody. And I don't like that about those auto parts stores at all. I feel like that they're shady, man. They are really shady. They take advantage of people. They're like, oh, we'll give you a free reading. Yeah, they'll give you a free reading because they're going to sell you some plugs and wires and tell you that's going to solve all your problems. And it's not going to solve all your problems. And it's probably not even the problem they get to begin with. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Plugs and wires is the go-to, bro. I mean, like, something's wrong, plugs and wires, replace them. That's your whole. How many? Honestly, if you guys work on cars, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys work on cars. Honestly, how many times you seen wires go out? Spark plug wires go out on cars. Not very often. They don't go out very often. They're trying to sell you some spark plug wires for no reason. They're just trying to get your money. Yeah, I mean they don't go out. I mean they don't. I mean, there are obviously cases where they are going to go out, but the chances are that's not your problem, man. That's not your problem. And spark plugs don't need to be changed that often. You know what I mean? And they're ripping people off, man. It's sad. They're ripping people off, and these people don't know no better. So they're going in there and they're buying them, they're changing them, and they're like, I see so many posts like where people's like, yeah, I went to AutoZone, they read my uh computer and it said uh whatever was wrong with it, and I changed it. And I changed my spark plugs and wires. They said it was the plugs and wires. I changed them, and it went away for a while, and it come back. It didn't go away, and that wasn't the problem to begin with. And that's what I always say. People will post stuff on there like, "What's wrong with my car?" I say, if you want my advice, don't ask people what's wrong with your car. Go ahead, invest the money, pay somebody to diagnose your car properly, because in the end, it's going to save you money. Because if you start throwing your car towards some guy that's going to tell you plugs and wires or whatever, a parts changer as they call them, then it's going to cost you more money, because you're going to be paying this guy not only to change these parts for you, but you're going to end up just paying a mechanic to do it for you anyway. So It's a hard lesson learned. And like I said, I feel like some people deserve it. And, that may be a little harsh, but, at least learn how to change, at least learn how to do basic maintenance on your vehicle. Every man, even women, if my daughter, I don't have a daughter, I have a son. If I had a daughter, my daughter would learn, I would teach her, regardless whether she was into it or not. I would try to explain to her that this is critical, that you understand basic maintenance on your automobile. And you need to understand, you know, what to do with your automobile in the case of you've got a check engine light. Skip past AutoZone and go to a real mechanic. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just my opinion, bro. Lewis is out of here. Lewis, man, thanks for coming by, brother. You're always here, man. I appreciate you, dude. He replaced plugs. He's doing a compression check, and it comes apart. That. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. You know what I mean? And like I said, there are cases to where your spark plug may go bad. But a lot of times, dude, your spark plugs are not going to go bad. You know what I mean? And to the need to change. You go in there, you got a P304 cylinder 4 misfire. You go in there, and they tell you need plugs and wires. So then you buy, 6, 8 spark plugs because you got one misfire. You know what I mean? I mean, even if it is that one spark plug, why are you selling them a whole set of spark plugs and a whole set of wires? They're ripping people off. And like I said, and that's why I won't shop at AutoZone. I don't shop at AutoZone. I mean, I bought that little Duralast thing because it was funny. But if I can help it, I try not to buy any auto parts, even though it inconveniences me, because I do like even though they are more expensive, I have so many car parts under warranty as is, but I do like the ability to have those car parts under warranty, and if you ever need them again, even if it's not on what you bought it for, you can go, get that car part again for free. Hey, baby. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about that, man. Hopefully it didn't cut off this time. My girlfriend had stopped by for a second. Oh, thanks. Get off here. All right. It's not a camp. It knows more. AutoZone, like I said, they're AutoZone employees, bro. Like they, this is the thing, is that the people that go in there have some sort of trust with those guys because they feel like they know about cars. They feel like that, the people they're talking to in there is not going to mislead them. But the case is, bro, is that most of those guys in there, and I'm not saying all of them, some of them do know about cars, but most of those guys in there know jack squat about cars. And the only thing they're doing is following a script to sell you parts. I've seen people, oh, your car's overheating. They'll be like, sorry, I'm out of breath and running there. I was trying to run back out here real quick. They're like, oh, your car's overheating. Okay. You might need a radiator hose. You might need a thermostat. Oh, okay, that didn't work. Okay, you need a radiator. You know what I mean? Bro, like you cannot just say because if I come in there and I tell you my car's overheating, you ain't got no clue what's going on. You don't know why my car's overheating. And you're all right, baby. She bringing me some a cheeseburger. You're the best. Love you. You don't know why that car's overheating. And when you start trying to sell them parts, you're taking advantage of those people's trust that you know what you're doing. And the fault does not really lay with the fault does lay with them, but it also lays with the consumer, the person that comes in there. You have to understand that these people, don't know what they're talking about. Take your time and research a little bit. You're right. Yeah, William said the parts store's goal is to sell parts, and you're right. But like I said, I feel like that the people that go in there, they don't know. They have a trust that you're not gonna just, because let's face it, a lot of people don't trust mechanics. Let's face it, a lot of people don't trust mechanics. They don't trust. They feel like that you're gonna lie to them, trying to sell them stuff. But then they'll go to these auto parts stores and they'll trust them. I would trust, obviously, I'm not going to just trust anybody. I mean, like I said, that all comes down to me as a parent teaching my kids the basics of a car. Let's face it, an automobile is an essential part of our lives. You need to understand how the automobile works. You also need to understand basic maintenance on an automobile. For you not to know how to change a tire, for you not to know how to, change your own oil, and changing oil don't mean much. I mean, it's nothing to do or whatever, but your kids, I feel like, need to understand those things. Need to understand like basic automobiles to be able to not get ripped off like that. And I think that all comes down to me as a parent to teach my son or daughter that better look at advance. Like I said, I've seen it more at AutoZone for some reason. I feel like AutoZone is the Walmart of the car parts world. I feel like that AutoZone is, you know, I feel like AutoZone's the worst of them all. I really do, and I stay out of AutoZone for that. If I have to, I have so many parts on warranty through AutoZone, Advanced Auto. Not many from Napa, because around here where I live now, there's a great Napa, but there isn't a lot of Napas, in a lot of areas. And there actually is a Napa in the area I used to live at. That's a little small store, bro. They got nothing in there. I mean, nothing. And it was started raining. Let me know if this rains too much on y'all. Switch to the other mic. But we went to Napa, me and my buddy, and he ordered, or I was there buying something, and they had like a little contest going on, like to win a Yeti cooler, and he started filling out a thing for both of us, and I don't fill that crap out. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna do it. So he filled out one for me and him, couple months later, I was at work and I get a phone call. It was like Napa Auto Parts. I said, Napa, why are they calling me? And I answered it, and bro, I won that Yeti cooler. He was heated. He was, I was just talking to him about that. He came over here the other day. His old lady actually won a Yeti cooler from a different contest, and I was like, well, that's payback for the one that you won me, because he filled out both of ours, and it just so happened that they chose mine. You know what I mean? But it was all right, cool. It was the audio. Let me know, like I said, because it did start raining on this roof. I hope it's not a big deal, but I just thought it was funny that we both went there, and I had no interest in filling out to win anything, bro, because I don't ever win nothing. And I was like, I'm not even wasting my time and giving them my information to try to win something I'm not going to win. Lo and behold, I won that Yeti cooler. It was a good one too. It was like a $300 cooler. Herstaller, man, thank you, brother. You're the man, bro. Glad you stopped by, man. You're usually one of the first ones too. I was late. What the heck? I spilled something there. Herstaller's usually one of the first ones, man. He's a good guy, dude. Do I have you as a Herstaller, dude? Like I said, it's Rust Belt was the first one tonight. He was on it. But usually when I first start, it's Herstaller, first one. AutoZone loves to sell batteries. They do like to sell, but they actually do go out there and test the batteries. They will. I have seen them go out there and test the batteries. But like I said, man, if somebody comes to you and and that's what kills me, like on Facebook and everything, these people will be like the other day somebody posted, and this is why I don't comment on stuff like this, because somebody posted something. It was some girl, and she was asking for some help. She said her caliper seized up. She said her wheel seized up, but her caliper seized up, and and everybody people was commenting like some off the wall crap, man, like saying that the brake pad flew out on the caliper and everything, and I'm like, so I commented on there and I said, it's either your caliper or your flexible brake hose. Dude, this dude got in there. He was like, flexible brake hose? What are you talking about? And I'm like, bro, like, yeah, the flexible brake hose, bro. You can pinch or, kink your flexible brake hose, and it's going to cause your caliper to seize up. You can find out by cracking open your bleeder valve and try to compress that piston back in on the caliper. If the piston compresses, then it's your flexible brake hose. Obviously, if it doesn't, then it's your caliper. But and then I just deleted my comment, because it wasn't just him; it was a couple people, and I just deleted my comment, and I put a new comment, and I said, listen, if you want my advice, delete this post, take this car to a mechanic. Stop trying to get people to diagnose your car over Facebook, because a lot of these guys don't know what they're talking about, and they're on there pretending like they know what they're talking about. And I'm not the best mechanic in the world. I don't pretend to know everything, but I do know basics about cars. I do know a lot about cars. You know what I mean? So I'll try to help the lady. And you get these guys coming out of nowhere, like, and I commented, and I did reply to it, and I told him, I said, bro, I said, before you start getting on somewhere pretending you know what you're talking about, make sure you actually know what you're talking about, and stop trying to act like you do to try to get this lady to hire you or whatever you're trying to do, to try to get this lady's money. But that's why I said, we should, everybody, our kids, everybody should know the basics of automobiles. And the first thing is, don't take your car to be diagnosed at an auto shop store. And don't ask somebody to diagnose your car over Facebook, because there could be a number of different reasons why something's happening. And I don't even know what kind of car she drove. It could have been other reasons. I was just guessing, I was guessing it was an older car, but there could have been a number of reasons. And just like I said, with overheating or with your misfire or whatever, they try to sell you these parts to try to get you to think you're about to fix your car, and all you're doing is escalating. And I did that when I was younger. I did have a car one time when I was younger, and I didn't know what was going on. And I started working on cars with my grandpa when I was probably about 13. I learned a lot from him. You know what I mean? And then the car was overheating. My car was overheating one time when I was really young, dude. I wasn't even 18 yet. I didn't know what was going on. So I started trying to figure it out. I changed the thermostat, and then you know I worked my way up. But I learned from then on that you know you're not diagnose your car. Don't just start changing parts. You know what I mean? Yeah. Brad's workbench. What's up, brother? He was in AutoZone, asked for coolant. She had to ask if they sold coolant. I said, "Oh, antifreeze." Yeah, dude. I mean, or you'll go in there like I was asking for. I wanted to buy some 5/8 fuel line or something. I can't remember what it was. It was some rubber hose, and the first thing they did was asked me what kind of car I drove, dude. I said, dude, I just want some generic. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But it's like they have to punch that into the computer to be able to sell you anything. Like all I want some 5/8 rubber fuel line, bro. That's it. Tarek, what's up, man? I'm glad you can make it this week, brother. Thank you once again, man. Tarek is a great guy, dude. I appreciate you, man. Cheyenne, sorry, Cheyenne Obregon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ask if there's a way to rent a 3/4 impact. I honestly don't know if there would be a way to rent a 3/4 impact, but I'm sure if there are some tool rental stores in your area, they may have one. I don't know though. I got a good Ingersoll 3/4 impact. If you're in Ohio, I can let you use it. you know, X said he had crazy stuff happen on his truck, made a guess, threw a $90 part in, it worked. And that's the thing. Sometimes the parts changers, it does work, and so they gain more confidence. When they're like, yeah, I changed the crankshaft sensor, it fixed everything. You know what I mean? It may or may not be. That you may have just got lucky and hit the nail on the head the first time, but there's a lot of good channels, dude. You guys ever watch like Scanner Danner? And there's even a guy, Schrodinger's cat or whatever his name is. He's kind of arrogant to say the least, but he knows what he's talking about, dude. Like those guys, you can learn a lot, and that's what a lot of people make fun of YouTube or whatever. But there's a lot of great information on YouTube, man. And people, this is the thing about people that kills me the most is they act like, because like, say for instance, you don't know how to do something, that you're an idiot, or that you're whatever. They make you feel bad. They try to dog you out. There was a time, we're not born with knowledge. You know what I mean? It's not like you was born to know how to do something. No, dude. You may be better at it than some people. Yes, some people do excel at things better than others, but we don't know those things. We learn them. We acquire knowledge over our lives. And for those people to think that they're excuse me, better than somebody because that person doesn't know. I mean, come on, dude. There was a time you didn't know. You know what I mean? There was a time that you knew nothing. There was a time that you didn't know a certain thing and someone had to teach you, or you figured it out for yourself. But there was a time you didn't know. So don't dog somebody because they don't know. Not everybody knows everything. Yeah, Scanner Danner actually works at a college, and I actually paid for his premium channel for a while, dude. I haven't. I canceled it because I don't have the time to get on there anymore. But you can send him in his classes and learn. And obviously you can't do the labs that they do, but he does do the labs on the videos where students do the stuff. But hands on, watching something on YouTube is all well and good, and you can learn a lot. But unless you can put your hands on something, you're really not going to have, you know, much of a clue what's going on. Jimmy, you're out of here, brother. Brad asked if I got much hate on my welding vids. No, surprisingly, I didn't. But not many people watched them. so, so luckily, I haven't gained an audience from that yet to get much hate. But I will get some hate for sure because I'm actually gonna. Dude, I've overextended myself. Like I'm trying. Like I really am. I've overextended myself. I'm trying to do all these videos, and I was, you know, going to add the welding thing and everything. And I'm gonna do the welding. I need to retape. Like I said, I've lost so much footage. I taped, dude. I spent, like, you seen the air compressor video I posted. Maybe some of you have seen it, but I spent a lot of time out here doing that, and I spent a lot of time editing that video. You know, all those little things you see on them videos like takes time. It's not like it's time consuming, and I spent all this time, and I get to it, and I'm like, dude, like half of the footage was just unusable, and I could have just been like, you know what, screw it, I'm posting it, man. I done spent all this time doing it, I'm posting it, but it was so bad, dude, that I feel like I want to try to produce something of halfway decent quality at least, man. Like, I mean, this stuff was bad, so I had to. I just disposed of it, posted what I had that was good, and then what I'm going to do is retape everything. But there's a lot of time involved in this. Like I spend money, time, you know, doing this. Like, and you know, and I understand, you know, people. If I do something that's wrong, or if you want to teach me something, then I have no problem with it. But it's how you teach me that I start getting a problem with, because some of these guys get like, you know, this attitude, like they're trying to like act like I'm dumb or something. Like, bro, you know, I'm far from dumb. You know, I may be ignorant on a lot of things, but I'm far from a dumb guy. And if you want to teach me something, you know, that's all well and good, man. But don't just come at me, you know, like I'm stupid or something. I'm not stupid at all. I don't even remember where I was going with that, but I just started off on a tangent, man. You think that compressor is worth $400 so far? I gotta be honest with you, Tarek. The compressor is decent, man. I wish, and you know, and honestly, you know, I did the video, and like I said, I checked it out, and it runs the air tools pretty decent. It depends on how long you got to use those air tools. I paid 350 for it, so is it worth 350? Maybe, maybe. We'll have to see. I'm gonna retest it again, and I'm gonna get a better idea because I don't feel like I did a good enough job either the first time. So I'm kind of glad the footage turned out kind of bad. I'm gonna retest it. It may be worth it. It may not be worth it. But you know what I wish I had is the DeWalt 200 psi 27-gallon air compressor to put it up against to get a comparison. Because if it compared to that DeWalt 27-gallon at $100 cheaper, because the DeWalt comes in around $459, you know. But granted, the DeWalt you get a warranty with, man. At Harbor Freight, dude, the warranties at Harbor Freight, dude, I mean, I understand it because I know why they do that warranty that way. It saves them money, but it hurts us, dude. You know, it hurts me that I gotta, but on the same hand, it helps us because, say, for instance, you know, I paid a 2-year warranty on this compressor, and then say, you know, I take it in for the warranty. I'll just buy the warranty again. So for $20 every couple years, you got you a compressor. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is kind of nice, but I just hate paying for it. But that you can't beat that right there. I mean, that's how can you beat having to pay $20 every couple years for a $350 compressor? Yeah, you're right. Backwoods Mechanic said it does take a long, and you know, it takes a long time editing. And like with my video, like with the air compressor video, dude, like I tried to do a good job on that video. I really did. Like I tried to put like some B-roll in. I tried to, you know, put a lot of text overlays. I tried to, you know, cut it down. I tried to cut as much fluff out as I could because I tend to repeat myself. And I don't do it intentionally. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't script this crap out. Like, I mean, if, you know, I probably should do some sort of script to where I could just get from point A to point B to point C to point D and just be done with it. But it takes more time that I really don't have, man. So I could probably script these videos out. But what I do is I come out here, I turn the camera on. I don't even look at the stuff before most of the time. You know what I mean? Unless it's like, you know, some ratchets or wrenches, unless I'm opening it straight up or whatever. I don't even look at it. Like this compressor, you know, obviously I did use it before I started doing this video because I've had it for a while. But there's been times like, say, for instance, with the Capri tools, or when I first got these Icon tools, like the reason I don't look at them beforehand is because when I do like the unboxing or the initial impression on it, I want to like discover it together. You know what I mean? So I turn the camera on and I go. Like there's no rhyme or reason. So I tend to repeat myself a bit, and I tend to not, you know, I tend to ramble, but I've tried to get better at that. I've tried to stop rambling as much because like there's been times on a video to where like, you know, I could probably have made, you know, 5 different videos out of that video and got all the views and everything else off those videos. Instead, I rambled on about, you know, 5 different subjects in one video. And so what I started doing was, if I felt like I was rambling, I'll either cut it out when I'm editing, or I'll stop while I'm making the video. I'll be like, dude, you're rambling. Stop for a minute, get back to the point. And I've tried to get better. Still not, you know, still not the best, but I'm trying to get better, dude. Unscripted makes you real, though. It does make you real, you know? And that's why I say, you know, there have been some videos that I've, you know, scripted out or made like a bullet point, and like I do research, like say for instance with the welding, because I'm learning, you know what I mean? Like I know basics of welding. I'm trying to learn more things about welding. So what I do is like I'll show you. It's like I got this whiteboard here, and I'll put some notes on that whiteboard and I'll set it behind the camera. And so when I'm making the welding video, it also will help me because like I don't want to skip over any points, because sometimes I'll do a video, I'm like, man, I really wanted to talk about that, but it's too late. So I do try to at least do some notes and research some things when I'm doing videos. Put this back. But for the most part, dude, I'm just winging it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just going, dude. That's gonna be his next purchase, a TIG motor. Hey, bro, I tell you what, I actually wrote this. You know, I'm writing some companies. I'm trying to like, you know, I'm trying to try some stuff out. Not only does it give you knowledge or whatever, it gives me knowledge. You know, it lets me try stuff out. And I'm not trying to like collect a bunch of tools and collect a bunch of stuff, because most of the stuff I'll probably honestly just give away. Like I said, I'm doing with the tool cart, giving it away, dude. Like I'm actually gonna do. I'll probably go buy the cart probably around Christmas time. I might go buy the cart and I'll start filling it up because I want to start, you know, doing like little progress videos. And I think that a lot of the stuff I'll give away. But anyway, I wrote the company AHP. You can get an ACDC TIG welder. There's a lot of videos on them. So they're obviously probably not interested to talk to me. And a lot of people's not interested to talk to me because I'm not big enough or whatever. But AHP does an ACDC TIG welder that I've heard good things about. So you may want to look into that for like $700, man. It's amazing. Wow. Hey, X, that's crazy you said that, dude. Like underwater welding for beginners. Hey, I actually, that is funny, dude, because there's a tank out here that's a clear like plexiglass tank. And you know, obviously I don't have like all the scuba gear and whatnot, but I thought about that, dude. I was like, you know what, be a cool video is to do some underwater stick welding. That would be cool. Would you guys like to see something like that just for fun? You know what I mean? I'd have to try to figure out how to do it and figure out how to tape it, but I think it'll be pretty fun, man. Craig been looking at it. Nice. Phil's Lawn Care. What's up, brother? How's the icon box been? Is it worth paying an extra little bit for Snap-on, bro? I'll tell you what. I'll be right back on that. Let me go to the bathroom. This is the thing about the whole Snap-on icon debate or whatever. There's no doubt in my mind that Snap-on tools are better than icon tools. They're better made than icon tools. But when you start talking about like value, so we start looking at a set of wrenches. Like man, honestly, dude, them icon wrenches, man, for the price, bro, they're great, dude. I mean, like I mean, they're great. But we're talking about basic hand tools at that point. We're talking about spending 30 to 100 to $150 on stuff like that. When we start talking about a $4,000 toolbox compared to a $6,000 toolbox or whatever the case may be, you can find like Snap-on toolboxes used. You can find, deals on them, trade-ins, whatnot, But we're talking about investing 3,200 to four. If you use the coupon, $3,200, $4,000 into a toolbox. There's no doubt in my mind that they, went all out on this toolbox. There's no doubt in my mind that this toolbox is high quality. This toolbox is great. I love this toolbox, but when you start talking about spending, if I start trying to tell you that a $4,000 toolbox is better than a $6,000 toolbox, there's a lot of things involved, dude. There's a lot of factors to consider. First off, you need to consider, first we're going to look at price. Is it worth it to save the money or just to buy a used one and forego the warranty and whatnot? Because you're going to forego the warranty if you buy a used Snap-on box. Now, you could buy some used Snap-on tools and you can call the Snap-on number and you can get those tools warranted by lying. I'm gonna be straight up with you. You just lie to them and tell them you bought the tool off a driver, and I don't have no problem doing that because I feel like that if you warranty a tool, if you're saying that this tool has lifetime warranty, then that's over the lifetime of the tool, not over the lifetime of the person. It's the lifetime of a tool. You're already charging, an arm and a leg for this ratchet. Warranty it. But when we start talking about toolboxes, obviously, they're going to be a little bit more skeptical about warrantying out a toolbox, whatever the case may be. And I have had people tell me that the slides are warranted on Snap-on boxes, but I've never seen anybody get a slide warranted. I've seen people buy slides, but they may be warranted. I may not know. I don't claim to know everything. But when I start talking about telling you whether or not it's worth it to save the couple $1,000s, there's a lot of stuff involved, dude. Like, first off, we need to start thinking about, is Icon going to be around in 20 years? Is Icon going to be around in 5 years? Is Icon going to be around in 2 years? Is Icon going to be around, over the lifetime of this box, over your lifetime? Is it going to be here? I don't know, dude. I mean, it just started. So, if somebody asks me like, man, I got the money, I want to buy a good toolbox. Should I buy this $4,000 Icon or should I just spend the $6,500 on this Snap-on box. It's hard for me to say, dude. It's hard for me to say to somebody that you should spend 4,000 over 6,500 because that's a lot of money. And there's a lot of stuff involved, man. A lot of stuff involved. So it's hard for me to say. But there's no doubt in my mind that this is a high quality toolbox. There's no doubt in my mind that they didn't skip any corners. I mean, I took the box apart, I did the video on it, I looked inside the video. I wanted to, I looked inside the box on the video. I wanted to try to, be in depth with the video. And I felt like that they did a great job building this box. I still am going to do the Icon Snap-on comparison. But like I said, I've overextended myself, man. That type of video, like when I shoot those types of videos like that, they take a lot of time. And I'm trying to post, 2 to 3 videos a week. I'm doing these live streams for 2 or 3 hours on Mondays. So I have to be able to, invest that time in it. And I wish I made enough money to where I could pay somebody to edit my videos because, dude, if somebody would edit these videos for me, I would have just limitless time, not limitless, but I would have a lot more time to be able to make more videos, to be able to do better videos. So if I ever do make enough money, that'll be the first thing I do is try to pay somebody just to edit these things for me, dude, because I feel like that I could focus more on content, focus more on, giving you better videos than focusing on doing it. Then I got to go inside, spend hours editing the video, uploading the video, answering questions, answering comments, and then I got my other social media pages I'm trying to post stuff on and do stuff. Like, it's time consuming. There's a lot involved in it. When it comes to the Icon, we just had to wait and see, dude. Now I don't think anybody owns any of these boxes. I think there's me, Justin Dow, what's his name? The Humble Mechanic, and the Bear. The Bear got a box. Humble Mechanic got a box. Me and Justin Dow got a box. Well, I don't think they're even selling these boxes, dude. Somebody commented on one of my videos and said they ordered a 73-inch box and they don't have any date to give it to them, so they canceled the order. I think that what they're doing, because when I spoke to them last, I voiced my concerns to them. I said, I feel like that, I let them know how I really feel. And, and if it comes to fruition the way I feel, then I'm going to say something about it. But the way I felt, I don't know. You know what I mean? But anyway, I don't think that they're going to really be selling these until like the beginning of the year when they start doing the financing, because let's be honest. I mean, by a show of hands, how many people has $3,200 plus tax to go out tonight and drop on this Icon box? I'm curious to see if I'm bad. I know I'm bad with my money, but if I'm really bad with money, how many people have $3,200 right now to go drop on a toolbox tonight? And they could be fine. I'm sure some people could, but there's not many people that can go out and drop that kind of money. So the financing thing is going to be big. And and I honestly feel like that the financing is cool, the 0% APR and all this and all that. Yeah, that's great, man. But I honestly feel like that they need to do some sort of like afterpay. You know what I mean? Some sort of something like that to where people can lease these, kind of like Sears did or whatever, to where you can lease them to buy them, even though you're going to pay a little more, because a lot of people don't have 0% APR worthy credit. And and that's fine. Everybody makes mistakes, everybody mismanages money. That's one thing in life. Like, we're not taught how to deal with finances, we're not taught how to deal with money. We're not taught none of this stuff, and we should be taught some of this stuff. And that does fall on the parent as well as the schools or whatever to teach you about personal finance. But we're not taught about that stuff. I wasn't taught about it. Maybe some of you were, but I wasn't taught about money. I wasn't taught about how to deal with, financing, how to deal with getting credit cards, how to deal with getting loans, how to build your credit. I've had to learn that stuff myself, and I struggled, and I still am struggling. I'm not rich. I'm trying, I'm trying to make, money, trying to make more money doing YouTube. I work, dude. I work. I honestly work. Man, if I had to guess, dude, I work over 100 hours a week every week, man. Every week, dude. I work 7 days a week. Every week, over 100 hours a week, man. Easy, dude. I mean, I'm working at least 12 to 15 hours a day. I worked yesterday until I want to say about 11 o'clock at night. And then I went inside and I couldn't fall asleep. So I stayed up to like 4 in the freaking morning and then had to get up early. And then, and then now I'm here. But I work a lot, dude. So I mean, I try, man. Let's get back here. I'm sorry. You know what I really would like? And that's what I told them. Like, okay, the toolboxes are cool. Why don't they have an icon tool card, dude? Like for around 350 or something. I feel like they should have like gauged the interest with that. You know what I mean? Come out with an icon cart with the sliding tops, with the stainless tops that fold open, or the flip top both, and come out with those carts. Try to gauge the interest. Would are people willing? Huh? Cancel. Are people willing to pay? 2 to 2.5 times the amount of a U.S. General cart before you start like trying to bust out a $3,200 toolbox. And don't get me wrong, dude. I mean, like I said, these are nice, man. If I could afford it, if they wouldn't have sent this to me, bro, I would still have the 72-inch sitting back there because there was nothing wrong with that box. It was doing me just fine. But if I could afford it, man, I mean, who wouldn't want to have a box here with the hutch? And I'm actually gonna buy a hutch for this. I want to buy a hutch and at least a locker, but that's $3,000 in itself. But I mean, that would be great, dude. That would look awesome. You would feel good. I would love to be able to do that, man. Maybe one of these years. Icon rollout was too much too fast. And it did seem that way. And I was probably partly to blame for that because people was wanting Icon. It was big, dude. So I mean, obviously, I'm trying to build something here. I'm trying to make a good YouTube channel. I'm trying to tell people what they want to know. I'm trying to be involved, and people's want to know about the Icon. So I mean, if it just seemed like day after day after day after day, it was Icon, 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 and a lot of people got sick of it. And I understand that. You know what I mean? If you're not interested in something like that, and then you're wanting to watch some tool reviews, and all you can turn on and see is Icon, 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 then I can understand how you could be tired of seeing it. So it did come out, fast. Was it too much? They really didn't release a whole lot. They released, some ratchets, wrenches, sockets, the toolboxes. So they really didn't release a whole lot. But what I feel like I'm satisfied with the way they did the ratchets, sockets, and wrenches. Wrenches are great, dude. I mean, if I haven't said that before, do you guys own the Icon wrenches? Anybody own the Icon ratcheting wrenches and the regular uh, combination wrenches? Anybody own those? They're great, dude. I mean, I'm really satisfied with them. I'm happy with them. But they came out with those. I'm cool with that. They're supposed to be coming out with it. When I was talking to them, they told me that within 2 weeks after they put out the sockets, that they was going to release the impact sockets. I still haven't seen an impact socket. So I don't know what's up with those. Now, when it comes to the impact sockets, man, the Pittsburgh impact sockets, bro, they're top shelf. They're high quality, great impact sockets, man. I mean, amazing impact sockets for the price, dude. For the price, man, they're one of the best deals in the universe, dude, for tools. Now, if they're going to release the Icon impact sockets, how are you going to compete with that? Okay, you might offer no skips and whatnot. Okay. But I mean, what's going to be the price point on those? If they're 50, maybe I would consider spending that much instead of just buying the Pittsburgh. I don't know, man. That's going to be hard for him. Now, we talk about the screwdrivers. I've seen the screwdrivers. I haven't touched hands on any screwdrivers, but I've seen like, at SEMA and whatnot. And when I was talking to him, I said, man, I said, bro, you guys should come out with screwdrivers. And he's like, yeah, we're going to come out with screwdrivers. And I was like, bro, I would love the opportunity to check out them screwdrivers and to be able to, possibly do a video, maybe anything, I love screwdrivers, I have a bunch of screwdrivers. I like screwdrivers. So I said, I would love the opportunity to have those, to be able to check them out, to be able to show them to you guys. Obviously, I'm going to be the first video. It's going to be a big video. Of course, I'm going to want to do that. I would buy them. Even if they give me the opportunity to buy them, I would buy them and still do the video. And I will do that as soon as they release them. But they was talking about they would, send me some screwdrivers or whatever. But they never did send them to me. He was talking about they don't got screwdrivers. I was like, okay, I know you don't got screwdrivers. But like I said, dude, they kind of got shady. I mean, to be honest with you, they kind of got shady. And I ain't got no problem with that. They got a business. They're doing, they're doing what they're doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. But like, what does that say? If, for instance, and I'm not saying this to be a fact, I'm just saying if, for instance, they were to send YouTuber A some tools and YouTuber B and C and D some tools, and they do tell you, honestly, 100% honest with you, they say, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to. Only thing we want, if, and they don't even require that. They say, if you will, give us some honest feedback. They don't even like ask for a video. They don't ask for anything, And the only reason I did the videos, obviously, is because you guys wanted to see them, because people wanted to see the videos. So just say, for instance, they send A, B, C, and D some tools. A, B, C, and D does what they do with them tools. They end up doing some reviews on them and everything. And just say, for instance, A and B love the tools. Or just say, for instance, A, B, C, and D love the tools. They all love the tool. But then at the end, they come to find out, they're like, okay, C and D is not as, happy with the tools as they could have been. So they say something negative about said tools. Now, say, for instance, this tool company just cuts ties with C and D because they didn't give them what they wanted. You know what I mean? Did you want honest feedback or did you not want honest feedback? So then they come back, in a couple months or whatever, and they resend A and B the tools again, some different tools, but they don't send C and D tools because C and D didn't do what they wanted. You know what I mean? So what does that say about the continuing reviewers of a tool company's tools? If they ask you for honest feedback, then you give honest feedback, but then they're, not happy with that honest feedback. So you want false feedback, for instance. Not saying that's, a fact right now, but just for instance, that would destroy credibility, in my opinion, for tool reviewers A and B, because you're obviously, playing ball with these boys to have them keep messing with you. But we'll see, man. I'm not afraid though. I'm not afraid. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't care. I'm not afraid to call somebody out and to say something if I think somebody's doing something. What the heck? I done froze up again, man. I think I froze up, y'all. Jeez, old man. How did that happen again?